Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We will not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit to pray up to the Lord. I told him, then let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race that made merchandise, how to buy bills. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round, take round, take round. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth, nigga, cool yo.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We will not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit to pray up to the Lord. I told him, then
till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up. Apparently, it's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Getting dividends, so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit, phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suck trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance. One west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group 5 for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by Black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper been the stopper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going off Patron and premium of vodka. I put extensions on the block, modify the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat song, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel igniter, I'm winning coming through with the title because UP. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
It's rolling on it. What is it?
Purchase your tracks today.
Know the people been waiting for a minute for something authentic. Came in the truth and bossed in it. Made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. UPK whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage through words for soft niggas? What is good riddance? Don't affiliate with feminist symptoms. I know you feel me, nigga. This is death threat to hip hop. You don't stop that weak shit, I'ma mix your lean with some Grimlock. When the last time you heard it this raw? What I wish for's when the earth inherited by the piss more. We been to war, them the ones I'm taking risks for. Ain't got no picks or no cards to hold. Holy angels watch my steps and block God my soul. Can't let them leave my body cold. I know you feel me, nigga. Let the wicked weep and the meek prevail. God never been 50-50. I should now awake and sleep a cell. Let the righteous cry, silence the pretender. A rebel without a cause, as long as I remember. Not taking the kingdom, the only thing on my agenda. Can't avoid me, nigga. Middle finger to the ones that try to destroy me. Revenge of beauty, I'm a beast. I told the bitch she can't eat unless she join me for dinner. My God ain't got no regard for a sinner. When Paul fall on him like timber. I know you feel me, nigga. In the eyes of terror, I stand still. Go to work for the colony, bring it back to the anthill. Plus everything I drop heavy as an anvil. Show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fucking quality, it gotta be one man win and the rest lose. Wave devastator, I'm calculating my next move. UPK with real niggas seek refuge. Body shots for pause, that'll get you bruised. My niggas whole ranker, check your little attitude. I came to fuck up your mood on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Visions in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming God bless the underdog, down by the letter. And live by that protocol, walk by faith, not by sight. Ain't no hope for getting struggles. Life like some war resist, or get pulled into a world that never left you. I will endure. Election will be sure, correction will be swift. No Will Smith, but I am legend. What else would you call the killer of deception? A leader got soldiers on post in every direction. On go like a German shepherd, young and a restless, wear honor like a diamond necklace. I know you feel me, nigga.
If you want to cross the line, you'd have crossed it. If you want to play games, go play that somewhere else. We got business to do here. Cross the line or get the out. Either one.
ISUPK.
Yeah. You already know we live and direct. This is Cross the Line Radio. Captain Zarek will be joining us shortly. You understand that? Let me tell you something. He said, this brother funny as hell. He said, run it back, take ground. I love that song too, man. You know what I'm saying? Captain Akkad really the GOAT, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all, I don't know if y'all know that, but y'all sure as hell gonna find out. That is the best rapper in Israel. I promise you. Straight up and down. You understand? I'm sure most of y'all see the title right now. Tonight, Sophia Stewart, the author of both the Matrix and the Terminator series. You know, I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that the Terminator was actually a precursor, you understand, or a prequel, or the background story as to what exactly took place in the Matrix. I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like when I found that out, that kind of blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up and down. Zechariah Deacon Akkad, listen, bro. Like, listen. Let me tell you something. Bishops and deacons molest boys. You understand that? You talking about deacons? Get that shit out of here. This is cross the goddamn line. I don't know what is on your damn mind bringing that up around here. You tune into the wrong show. Straight up and down. But back to the point. You understand? So the sister is responsible for, I mean, if not two of the most iconic films, you understand, like straight up and down. Like one of them, you understand, the Terminator. I mean, General Muhammad brought it out earlier. That got Schwarzenegger the lesson. I mean, the election. That's how he became governor. And then the Matrix. I mean, yo, you can't find a movie, you understand, that's more iconic than the Matrix. Straight up and down. Matter of fact, we got a call on the air right now. 864-210. You on the air? What's happening?
What's going on, brother?
What's going on? What can I do for you, Ak?
I got a few questions.
All right, you understand? Before the sister comes on, we'll try to get him in right now. What's going on?
Okay, the book of Habakkuk 18:2, is that talking about the 6-point star?
Oh, okay.
Wait, say that one more time.
The book of Habakkuk.
Come
on, H-A-B-U-K.
No, I'm familiar. I'm familiar with Habakkuk. I was asking.
How about Shimmy out shot, bro?
Right.
Okay, I was more so asking for the chapter and the verse so I'd be able to look at it with you to get the proper context.
Right. Okay. Chapter 18, verse 2.
Habakkuk is only 3 chapters. It's chapter 1, 2, and 3. There is no chapter 18.
That's a banging book, though. It's
the verse would be like,
yes,
idols. It was Habakkuk.
Okay, brother, but this is what I'm gonna need you to do. All right, like call back, maybe you understand at the second half of the show. I'm about to let the sister on. You're gonna have to be a little bit more prepared. So get the correct verse and all that, and then we can get into it. All right. All right. Shalom.
Hello.
Hey, Shalom. This is Miss Stewart.
Yes, this is Sophia. How you doing?
How are you, Sophia?
Sophia Stewart. Glad to to talk to you guys.
We're glad to have you on. Well, without further ado, this is Captain Zaryaki on the air with us right now. He's the brother, you understand, that you've been talking to.
Yeah, you're the sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're the sister I had the pleasure of talking to. I was friends with on Facebook while I was on there. And of course, for those that don't know, this is the sister that wrote both The Matrix and The Terminator. And I thought it would be excellent to have you on our radio show because we love, number one, we love Black women. I know I do.
That's right.
We love our brothers. So we wanted to be able, so we wanted to be able to bring you on the show so that your voice can continuously be heard, you know, in the plight of what we would call a so-called white man. That's why we call a white man the devil, by the way, because the word devil just means deceiver. And one of the deceptive things he did was take one of the greatest write-ups that I've seen, like The Matrix, from what I could only imagine what it would be if we'd have saw your version.
Right.
Because the version.
Oh, you did see my version. Wait a minute.
Okay. Okay.
We got questions.
The first 3 Terminators, I am the inventor and creator of. You know?
No, sis, what I mean.
Listen. No, this is very important. I wouldn't tell you, I've been in the business since 1980. The writer does not have, no writers have creative control of what goes on that screen. No writers in the world.
Right.
So you're never going to see any writer's interpretation of their work.
Right.
But a writer will tell you if they got it right or not.
Okay.
And they got it right on the first Matrix and the first 3 Terminators. Terminator 4 and Genesis is garbage.
Right.
And Matrix 2 and 3 is garbage. That's why I had to make Matrix 2 and 3 a dream.
Okay, I get what you're saying. That's more so what I was saying. Like you see how you say like Terminators 2 and 3 is garbage and the Genesis and stuff, which I don't disagree with you with.
No, 2 and 3 of Matrix is garbage.
Right. And you
Terminator 4 and Genesis, they're garbage.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Like I wish I could have seen like the Matrix in your trilogy, like the correct and proper way, because like I said, that was something like that first Matrix. That was something that I think everybody like. I don't know nobody that did not like the movie.
It's an amazing movie.
So when I found out that a sister wrote it, I really liked it. You know, I really enjoyed.
Well, they used my script in my book. That's how it got there. If you don't have a script in a book, there's not going to be nothing on the screen. But the screen's going to be blank.
Right.
Because it's just like an architect. The architect has a blueprint.
Right.
If the architect doesn't create that blueprint, the little builders can't build the building.
Right.
They can't build the house. They can't build the bridge. They can't build anything.
Right. I agree with that.
So it is the author's work. It is the architect, the creator's work, because you're using their blueprint. Because the builders, they don't have any blueprints.
Right.
The builders, the little builders and the developers and the carpenters and stuff that come in and do all the work, they don't build, they don't create, they just come in and take orders.
Right. I agree with you totally. So now, sister, one question I wanted to ask, well, I have a couple of questions to ask, of course. But in regards to the Matrix and the Terminator movies, was there something specific, and you can go kind of into your upbringing a little bit as well, but was there something specific in your life that inspired you to write those two or those type? Because I was listening to one of your...
it's a type of work. It's called metaphysics. It's called metaphysic work. It's where you take science and you join it together with spirituality. That's what metaphysics.
Okay.
So Matrix and Terminator is the first metaphysical work to come up on the screen.
Okay. And so now,
because it's,
before I let you go, I just want to add the second part to the question. Just so I can make sure I got it right, the Terminator would be first, and then the Matrix is a result of the Terminator. Is that correct?
No, listen. Listen carefully.
Gotcha.
The Terminator is the beginning of the work. That's called a prequel. Prequel means the beginning of the epic story.
Right.
So what I wrote was a script in a book, and you can get many, many movies out of a book.
Right.
The book is 286 pages.
Right.
So the Terminator is the beginning of the Matrix. It's past, present, and future time travel.
Okay.
It's where the Terminators in the future, here's the oracle's prophecy that a baby is going to be born that's going to destroy them in the future when they enslave mankind. Because what I wrote was the second coming of the Christ consciousness coming upon the earth, the evolutions of consciousness where man wake up and evolve to truth, man versus the machines. Because the artificial intelligence, the AI, in the future is going to enslave mankind. Technology is going to take and overrun him. So what I'm telling is a true story inspired by God, but a true story, the opposite franchises of the term of the Star Wars.
Right.
Star Wars was the story of Darth Vader, the devil. Lucas said that he wrote on YouTube, he wrote how Satan, Lucifer, the angel, fell from the light side to the dark side. That's why Star Wars, Darth Vader is called the dark side. Because it's telling the story of Lucifer, how he slew those women and children in old villages. And he was a Jedi, a bodyguard. He covered the throne of God, he and Michael. They were cherub angels. And it just tells his whole story. And Luke and what's her name? Luke and Leia.
Leia,
is
right.
the devil's Leia is the devil's children. Those are Darth Vader's children.
Well,
so when I saw Star Wars in 1977, I recognized what it was all about. And so my story is the opposite. I'm talking about how the Christ conscious has to come back, because in Revelations is the future of the Bible.
Right.
Because the Bible is divided up into time travel. When you look at the Old Testament, that's our past.
Right.
When you look at the New Testament, that's our presence right here, right now, what's going on. And when you look at Revelations, that's the future, what one will become. And you have to crack the codes on Revelations in order to extract God's knowledge, in order to understand prophecy. So the matrix is a Latin word for the woman's womb. It's a 7,000-year-old word that comes out of the King James Bible, mentioned 5 times in Scripture, 3 times in Exodus, 2 times in Numbers. Exodus 34th chapter, 19th verse, God says, he who opens the matrix will come out of the woman's womb is his children born with souls. Because the children of God with souls are going to be fighting against man's children, which is born in the lab. The clones, the test tube babies, the hologram clones, the gender changes and all this. These are soulless because they can't have any children. So the machines were born to end life as we know it. But for God's children, which comes out of the matrix, the stargate, the portal, the womb, and into this dimension, life continues. It's a continued cycle of ongoing life. No end to life. Okay,
so now the question I have is, how did the white man or the writers take your work?
They were not white, they're Jews. The Wachowskis are Polish.
Yeah, that's the same
Jews.
thing.
That's why their name is Andy and Larry Wachowski.
Okay, so
Wachowski is a Polish Jewish name.
Okay.
And there were some other white people, James Cameron, Canadian, some other ones, yeah.
Okay, so
how they took it was I was looking for George Lucas, the director, at 20th Century Fox. I was looking for Lucas to direct my work, and I sent my work over to 20th Century Fox, the script and the book.
Okay.
And that's how James Cameron and Gail Ann Hurd got it. And the Terminator came October the 26th, 1984. But my work was copyrighted.
Right.
This is something that you guys are missing the point on. My copyrights were 81, 83, and 84. The Terminator didn't come out until October the 26th, 1984. Matrix didn't come out until March the 30th, 1999. And I sent my work over to Chicago, where the Andy and Larry Wachowski was living. They were comic book writers and carpenters looking for a comic book to do into a science fiction, looking for a science fiction manuscript to do into a comic book.
Right.
So that's how they ended up with all my work.
Right. And just so you know, sis, the reason why I'm asking you these questions is because you should get 1,000,000% of the credit of everything that you laid down.
Right.
That copyright information.
And I did get the credit.
I get it.
Yeah,
No,
go on.
no, I get that you did, but what I want to applaud is if you wouldn't have fought for it, you wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's true.
right. So that's what reason why I'm asking you the questions that I'm asking, and the reason why I'm emphasizing on why this one is, took this one or that one, is because I really want you and people to hear how a Black woman was able to fight against the odds and get credit for something that the world looks at as outstanding theatry. Like they look at The Matrix and Terminator as outstanding groundwork, and it should be recognized who the author of that work is. So that was one of the main reasons I wanted you to be able to come on the show and to tell your story so that everybody can hear it. You know what I mean? Like I've listened to a couple of the interviews that you've given, but for my listeners that haven't, I just want them to be able to hear that as well. So that's why I asked the questions, the way that I asked them, sis.
No, you can ask any questions you want.
Mm-hmm.
People need to hear this, but people need to know what credit really is. Credit is not any screen credit. They lie on those screen credits in the movies all day long. Everybody in Hollywood knows that.
Mm-hmm.
That you can't even put that. You can't even enter that into a federal court or state court as evidence, because all of that's rigged. There are directors that are getting credit that didn't write anything. There's directors that didn't do anything, or producers. It's all rigged, that. But when it goes into the courts, now that's where you get the real credit, because the courts are a court of law.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's entered in there, it goes down in the history books. That's where the history books are created, from the court documents. So
when you say
I won the lawsuit, like the Davis and the
that's
Goliath
what I was going to ask
story.
you. Right. That's what I was going to ask you. So in the court, you was able to actually win the case, like you said, so you can get the real credit, which is in the courts.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because that's where you get to see those people in Hollywood lie all day long on film credit. None of that stuff is real. You can't even spend any of that. You know what I'm talking about? You can't even get any money off of that.
Right.
Everybody that works in Hollywood, that works for the studios. I used to work for the studios. I used to work for Channel 13. I'm a New Yorker. I'm from New York.
Right.
I used to work for Channel 13 with an Oscar Award producer, Perry Miller Dado. She won an Oscar for her first work. And Dylan Thomas. I used to work for a national magazine out from New York City, a West Coast correspondent.
Mm-hmm.
And the studios, Columbia Pictures, and Vice President Dick Barris's office, producer Brandon Cahill, Fantasy Island, The Little Tattoo. But anyway, what I'm saying to you guys is there was a second court case, and that's what they've been hiding from you guys. And you guys need to demand the truth.
Right.
What the real issue is that they stole copyrighted work. And they wanted the Jews and the whites to take credit for some of the greatest writing of all times. That's why they were lying. They want to be the ones to be known in history to have written The Matrix and The Terminator.
Right.
You see what I'm talking about? That gives kudos to them.
Right.
But you know that they didn't write it, because in all of their movies, Superman, Batman, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Rocky, the white man is saving the world. He's the only one saving the world.
Right.
And The Matrix is the black people and the people saving the world. And the white guys, the agents, are the bad guys.
Right. That was one of the things I loved about the movie.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe in your book, Neo was supposed to be a brother, was he not?
Neo is listen very carefully. It was about black people or people of color saving the world, like the United Nations.
Right.
That's what it was about.
And
so my work could inspire other people, kids, to become president of the United States. That's how Obama got to be president, because Matrix broke out the whole mindset. It destroyed all the mindsets. Carrie-Ann Moss, she's Canadian. Keanu Reeves, his father is black. He's Asian Polynesian. His father is black.
Oh, okay.
He's black. I want people to know.
No.
People do not know these facts.
I hear what you're saying, but
everybody that played the superheroes in the Matrix fighting against the white agents was the bad guys, and the white people, they told me, they said, of course she wrote it because we're the bad guys in the movie. We're never the bad guys in our movies. We are the white man, the superheroes. Say no. Now listen, the ones who did not get this were the black people. They were the ones who were saying I didn't write the Matrix and Terminator, not the white people.
I have to give you that a little bit.
You need to know that. Now,
no, I can.
You really need to know that.
No, I can agree with you.
Wait a minute, they were thinking that no, you need to listen because I spoke to thousands and thousands of people around the world. Every kind of race, color, creed, and nationality knows the Matrix and Terminator. And lots of people, they knew that was not a white science fiction. And a white science fiction, there's only one or two black people in those science fictions, maybe one. And he dies out the first 10 minutes of the movie. And in the white man science fiction, there are no black people in the future, in their future. So black people who are not used to science fiction or not used to seeing themselves, they think that white skin makes you white.
Right.
When they saw the white skin of Keanu Reeves and they saw the white skin of Trinity, Carrie Ann Moss, they figured he was a white wizard. Let me tell you something. These people, white and Jews, knew that this was a black science fiction. That's why they went out and got all the people. They tried to lie and said they were inspired by Cornel West. That's why it was black.
Ain't that something?
Because they knew that's right, because they knew no Jews and whites could write any movie like this, and they wouldn't go against their own kind.
Right.
Their white science fiction movies, all the movies that you see, Superman, Batman, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Rocky. Rocky, a white man beating a black man, is only in a damn movie.
Right.
It's
That's
never
a fact.
in real life.
See your point with that. Yeah, you're a point with that.
I'm trying to wake you up here.
No, I'm not. Well, I am woke. I am woke, sis, but I'm loving what you're saying now.
But that's one of the points that I was trying to bring out earlier. Like, okay, most of the world, you understand, would perceive Keanu as a white man. And what I've noticed in Hollywood is a specific pattern that, for example, Morpheus was a brother on the screen that you can see is clearly a brother, but they made him.
Yeah, but what you guys are not realizing, I don't mean to cut you off because I'm gonna let you finish that point.
Yeah,
but what you guys
do.
are not realizing as black people, that these black people have leadership roles in white science fiction. Black people do not have any leadership role.
Right.
They're only in there for the first 10 minutes, only one or two.
Right. No, yeah, I get exactly. Like what, if I could, before I give it back to Kadazai, what you was doing was bringing the black race to the forefront like they should be.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm showing the real world.
Right.
The real world. This is what a Matrix, every race, color, creed, and nationality and tongue identified with the Matrix because it brought truth. They knew that we were all working together to save the world. And when they went to the damn movie, excuse my language about the damn, but
no, that's fine. You can say whatever you want.
It's just I don't. I'm just expressing myself like the rappers.
Right.
But everybody knows that when you look at white science fiction, there are no leaders. There are no black leaders, no black leadership, and why would black people fail to note this? They were so concentrated on, I don't know, they missed the point. They were so concentrated on that white skin when we got many, many black people with white skin that are passing. Right. We have tons of black people out there with white skin.
Yeah, I understand, sis.
Yeah. My side,
this is real. This is
my
real.
partner understands.
Nightwing now.
Your skin color doesn't dictate who you are. When you're looking at a movie, you got to look at the perception of who wrote the movie, because the person, the writer's world, and what their lives are is on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Matrix is about mathematics. I'm a polymathematician, like Tesla, like Leonardo da Vinci, a polymath. My world is mathematics.
Right.
When you look at the Matrix, you're looking at quantum physics.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at calculus. You're looking at ancient sacred geometry and Kemet. You know the world, Kemet, ancient Egypt.
Yeah, Captain Zark is familiar with Kemet.
I'm very familiar.
He's very
with Kemet.
familiar.
Yeah, because we are the ones that taught the Greeks their math and their sciences. Their sciences. You see what I'm talking about?
Right, I do.
So when you're looking at the Matrix, a lot of people took their focus off of the real issues here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do any of you see what I'm speaking about?
I do.
No, we follow.
I actually follow you all the way. Once again, that was one of the reasons that I wanted to bring you on the show, because what I like about it is if you have like minds that can think the same, and then you can get them to talk, even though we come from different walks of life, it shows that we definitely are on the right path in the thought process that we have, even though you come from your side and I come from my side. So I definitely see.
Yeah, but I wanted to point out to people, this is the first time that Black people around the world are looking at a Black science fiction, Matrix and Terminator. This is the first time they're looking at Black science fiction. So who are you going to compare my work to? What other Black writer that's written science fiction can you compare this to?
Right.
Because this is why Black people never recognized this being my work or this being Black, because they did not understand that Black people was well versed in mathematics and sciences.
Right. So the narrative that gets painted, it's almost like, when you think about it, it's almost like anytime you say a Black person did something, it's easy to be overlooked because you say, oh, a Black man couldn't do that, or a Black woman couldn't do that. So I totally get where you're coming from with that, sis.
And they were saying this, but the people who were saying this were Black people.
That's and you know the opposition.
The other ones.
You know the opposition that we primarily have be us. You know what I mean? It like you said when you wrote it, they knew exactly what it was. I'm talking about the Jewish man, the white man, etc., like that. But it's the Black people that don't get it. And it's the Black people that be the biggest obstacles. And that's the main thing that we got to fight, that we got to be like when I be looking at the unity of the way they are, I envy it sometimes because we don't have that type of unity. Like they should have stood behind you. Like if that was James Cameron, for example, they would have stuck with James Cameron to the end. But this time it was a sister by the name of Sophia Stewart. We're not going to stand by her. The Black people were supposed to stand by you in that battle. And the
Black people were the ones who were in disbelief because they had nothing to compare it to. They had never
that's
seen
more
Black
reason to stand
right in their entire lives. Now wait a minute, I'm being fair right now. I'm being fair.
Right.
Because I didn't hold it against them, because I'm being fair.
Right.
What do they have to compare? All they know is a white science fiction.
Right.
But they didn't even look at white science fiction.
Right.
I got to point it out to them that in the white man's science fiction, the white man is saving the world. You didn't see this a million times.
All day, every day. White man is Superman
But it's like this. Let me just put it like this. If we were seeing cowboy movies for all our lives, or we saw cowboy movies, for 20 years on the screen, and in the cowboy movies, we are the Indians, but yet we root for the cavalry. Well, the cavalry is racist.
Right.
And they're calling the Indians
fact.
niggas and all kinds of derogatory names.
Right.
But we're rooting for the cavalry.
Right.
So how can we root for the cavalry? We are the Indians.
Right. She got a point there.
Come on.
Listen, you dropping it. Listen, that's what, again, this is one of the main reasons I wanted to bring you on the show. When I was bringing up earlier, so one of the people in the chat had a question. I just want to scoop it up. When I was asking you about the connection between the Terminator and the Matrix, they wanted to know if you could explain the connection between the Terminator and the Matrix, because like I said, a lot of people that are listening haven't heard this groundbreaking, earth-shattering information that you're giving. So when I said the Terminator and the Matrix, they want to know, how does that connection get made? Now, I understand it. I actually loved when you said it when I was listening to your earlier interviews. But if you could explain it to my listening audience, I'd appreciate it, sis.
Oh, I would love to explain to people. Like I said earlier, the Terminator End Time Revelations is the prequels or the beginning of the epic story.
Right.
What happens is the Terminators, the artificial intelligence, the Terminators, they're on their planet in the future, which goes past the Matrix, the future. They're on their planet and they hear the Oracle's prophecy, and they're on the planet where they have selling technology, advanced artificial machineries and everything, technology.
Right.
And then they hear this Oracle's prophecy that a baby is going to be born that's going to destroy them in the future when they enslave mankind.
Right.
Because that's what they intend to do. They intend the artificial intelligence consciousness is going to take over, and they're going to enslave these people that have souls. So when they hear this prophecy, the Terminator has to time travel to the past because he's looking for Sarah Connor. Go back, people, and look at the Terminator. He's looking for Sarah Connor because Sarah Connor is destined to be the mother of JC, John Connor's Jesus Christ, who grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix.
Right.
Neo is an anagram, a sneaky way of calling him the One. Neoone. John the Revelator is the one to call Jesus the One. So the Terminator time travel, he comes into a burning blue flame. He lands naked without shame. This is the first time, even the white people, every race, color creed, the first time they ever seen a naked, microchip clone cyborg, naked without shame on a screen. He's without shame because he's a machine, wrapped in flesh, killed but cannot be killed. A Terminator.
Right.
Until the man tells him to go put some clothes on. And he knows he has to disguise himself, but he's looking for Sarah Connor to terminate her.
Right.
And what does she do? Kyle Reese comes from the future. He time travels to protect her. And what does he do? He inadvertently gets her pregnant and goes back to the future, the Immaculate Conception. Now, the second Terminator, he's a teenager. He looks unisex because in the future, the boys and girls wear earrings, long hair, the same clothes. And I got him hidden out as a girl. You see what I'm talking about? Because they're looking for male children that are exhibiting all these unusual gifts, and they're called the Indigo Kids, and the Crystals are the young adults, where you see the little boy bending a spoon, and these kids with the Oracle. Now, these kids have never been explained, and in the Matrix 4 book, movie coming soon, I'm explaining who these kids are.
Right.
That little boy is not bending a spoon, he's bending energy. They're looking for the male children because they're looking for the Christ child or the Neo or JC or John Connor or Jesus the Christ child.
Right.
They're looking for him. That's why they were saying, "You're my personal savior," to Neo. That's why Trinity, the angel who plays a major role in the background, Morpheus, the God of dreams, but he's just John the Baptist. He's teaching Neo how to fight and what to do about the machines, and he's wakening him up consciously. This is what the Matrix and Terminator is all about.
Oh, okay. So a lot of this was actually taken from the Bible. So now I actually got a question.
No, none of it was taken from the Bible.
No, none of it.
In the Bible, in Revelation, this story is not in the Bible.
No, but the correlations that you was just.
Wait a minute. So listen, let me tell you, and there's the first coming of Christ that happens to him back in Jerusalem, back in the BC before Christ. You know, all of this, and when Christ was born. That's a story that's in the Bible. This story is what happens in the future when he comes back and what the threat is going to be. The threat is the machines, the artificial intelligence, the AI, the soulless machines that man create, his soulless children. The The story about the soulless children is not in the Bible. Revelation speaks about there's going to be another cataclysm, and you will be destroyed with fire. The first time was the flood. All of that happened when the first Christ came. This is what happens when Christ comes back.
Okay, no, I hear that.
No one had ever done it.
But there are definitely some parallels in the scripture. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, when you watch the Terminator 2, and there's that scene where Sarah Connor's at the playground, she has the dream, and her flesh melts off her bone. That's a biblical prophecy of thermonuclear warfare. And that's actually a scene that I've seen so many brothers make a meme. You know what I'm saying? Meaning like a little photo where they compare it to that scripture because it was such a visual comparison to what's actually contained inside the scriptures. And you've been drawing parallels between John the Baptist, Neo being Jesus, and Jesus was a Jew and a black man because the Jews are black. You understand? The only savior of this world is a black man, just like what Jesus Christ was.
I think that's so. When he was asking you about,
I understand what you're saying because I'm not saying that it doesn't parallel. I said that it was metaphysics. What is metaphysics? Is when you take science and spirituality. So what I'm talking about,
right. Remember, this is artistry.
That's what makes it metaphysical.
I'm just talking about drawing certain inspirations. That's really what I was asking you.
Like, you know, like when I remember one time somebody said, if you want to be a great movie writer, you would read the Bible and get a lot of correlations. The fact that you have the metaphysics side that you said is how you're able to write a Terminator, able to write a Matrix, and then see the parallels with the knowledge that you have, and then able to make two of the greatest novels, I think, in the history. The reason why they're even able to make them additional whack-ass Terminators is because of how good the original was, which again, you would get all the credit. The only reason people would even entertain, let's say if they was to make another Terminator, the only reason people would entertain it is because of the greatness of the original. So that's where we was coming from, sis. She still there?
You still there, sis?
Yeah, I'm right here. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I got quiet. I just wasn't sure if you was there.
Yeah, no, I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm listening.
So sis, I got one. Oh, so no, so I got one more question before we let you go, sis. It's kind of long-winded, so I'm gonna
don't let me go because I'm not done yet. I'm really not done.
Just getting warmed up.
The one question is, I'm gonna read it all out. This is from someone too. For many of us, the storylines and character arcs of the central figures in both these stories symbolically parallel the black struggle versus white supremacy and oppression today, and the biblical narrative of the children of Israel awaiting the return of our king to deliver us out of captivity. How much of any of this was your intention when you wrote these stories? And how do you make the parallel? Because like the question is from a brother, and the reason why he's asking that question is because when you look at a lot of them, especially the Matrix, it seems to be built directly on that narrative, the narrative of children being oppressed, having to escape that oppression, having a savior, not knowing, well, Yahushua, Christ knew who he was from the time he was born. In this case, Neo had to actually get it together. But did you draw that from a black struggle versus white supremacy? Like, was there anything of our struggle that you want that embodies the Matrix and the Terminator?
All I was trying to do, and it's written up in the newspaper because I was in the media. I was in the media in 1981. It's in the book. I was in the media, and I was talking about how I wanted to inspire people of color, especially children, so they could have positive role models and images so they could grow up and become anything that they wanted to become.
Right.
That they could actually, supersede all the struggles or anything of racism that they were experiencing.
Right.
And that they could overcome, and that they could be super writers, super inventors, super creators. They could become super people. They would have pride because I would give them something to have pride. The Matrix and Terminator.
Oh, that's
something
good.
that they can identify around the entire world globally.
Okay. And I think you answered.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it totally. And I think you answered this question, but I don't want the brother to think I don't want the people to think I ain't asking all your questions. How accurately did the Terminator and Matrix movies portray what you envisioned when you wrote the stories? Now, I think you answered this, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, but I want to let people know, get the book, because that's one thing that white people do.
Mm-hmm.
When a movie is based off of a book, the book and the script is the source work. You get to read the book and the script. You get to read the source work. How are you going to make a comparison of a movie? And a movie is only film. It's nothing written. It's film. It's been filmed. It's on tape. But it comes from a book and a script.
Okay.
So I want people to get the Third Eye Matrix book and read it and read the script and then look at the movies.
Gotcha.
Because you need to see it with your own eyes, and then you need to see what's missing. Because there's a lot of details in a book. A movie is only on the screen for maybe 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes at the most, or hour and 36 minutes.
Right.
So that means there's a lot of details that you're missing that you can get out of the book. And that's what white people do. They'll read the book and then go see the movie, or they'll go see the movie and then read the book so they can get all the details. So when they speak about something, they already have facts at hand, and then they can ask other questions, because questions that they don't see in the book that they might see in the movie. And I got the continuation of the movie, the Matrix 4 movie.
Yeah, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you, if you can, real fast, if you can email me the link to the book, and anything else I could put it in the chat here so that I can have it for you. So I can let the listeners know how they can.
You
ASAP.
If
you send it to me.
The book from my website.
Right.
And those people in foreign countries can go to Amazon.com, because I got 3 books on there. And I got released my new book, the Mother of the Matrix book, the Sophia Stewart story, that I had told the story to Hallie Zulu, so I get credit for that. So it's my book also. So you guys need to, I'm going to send the links over for both, so he can put it into the chat rooms. But this is what you need to do, is get these books and get ready for the 4th installment of The Matrix. It's going to be super.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. When I saw The Matrix 4, like I said, The Matrix #1, it was like the bomb, like the whole outcome and everything like that. So I'm looking forward, especially now that I know the real history and truth behind it. I'm really looking forward to that installment. Do you know when about that'll be coming around?
Oh, the book is already out. You can buy the book now. Everybody can get the book. There are ebooks or there are physical books, paperback.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can get all 3 of the books. You can contact me, call me if you're having any problems. My contact information, my email address, and my phone number is on there. It's matrixterminator.com.
Okay.
www.matrixterminator.com or truthaboutmatrix.com. But I'm going to send you over the link, and then you can go on Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I want. Right.
You can get it from Amazon.com.
Right.
And Sophia Stewart's books.
Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, if you can send me.
Get it directly from me, because I made it cheaper for people to get it directly from me.
Right. That's what I want. I want to be able to look at that so I can get it so I can let the people have it. So I want to make sure I get it.
Because everybody is going to love it, because The Matrix haven't been on the screen, and look, it's 15 years.
Right.
The last time was 2003.
Right.
So ask yourself a question. If I didn't write The Matrix or Terminator, there would be no continuation.
Right.
Because the people who lied to you, they never wrote anything. You never seen anything they've written. I'm an author, a screenwriter, a producer, and also a paralegal and a poet.
Right.
So I've shown you that I wrote The Matrix and Terminator because I got books.
Right.
Books to prove it. The people that you're thinking wrote something, you've never seen them write anything. Those movies are filmed.
Right.
That is not nothing written. So you have never seen James Cameron write anything. You've never seen Andy Larry. They don't even have anything in the Library of Congress. There are no source work from them. They use my script and book, and that's what's in the Library of Congress. And I own the copyrights to all the derivative movies,
mm-hmm.
the derivative game, Enter the Matrix, trademark, Anti-Matrix. They use my graphics, my special effects, my characters, my logo, my concepts, my plot. So when you see the red and blue pill, the Terminator, I'll be back, we'll be back, that comes from yours truly. You won't know this until you get the book and read it.
Right.
They say black people don't read. So, hey, don't sit up there and let them say that black people don't read. White people are buying my books and black people don't even know anything that the books even exist.
Right.
That's crazy.
I think it is crazy.
I mean, how is that possible that these books have been out and the white people know where to get them and they call me and they talk about it and they know I wrote The Matrix because they know what white science fiction is. They know in Hollywood they have never seen a naked Terminator, nothing naked on the screen.
Right. Well, sis, once again, that's why we wanted to bring you out here. We have other stuff that we're going to take care of, so I didn't want to take up the whole show because we close the show shortly. So
no, I'm going to go ahead and get off. I just sent you the link, and I'll
and I'm going to put the links.
Text me over your phone, and I'll send some stuff for you to post.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. If you reply to the email, because I'm the one that's been corresponding to talk to Zaryak email. If you reply to the email, I'll grab everything from you. So if you could send that to me, I'd appreciate it.
I'll reply to that.
And sis, I greatly appreciate you coming on the show today. I mean, it was definitely eye-opening. The listeners enjoyed it. And maybe we could do some more stuff in the future. So.
Sounds great to me.
All right,
thank you guys very much.
Thank you, sis. Take it easy.
No sweat. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
And with that, Can I Live?
Yo, I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
America KKK, land of the good smokers, home of the slaves. And I'm just trying to be great. Tell me, how can I live with this drama every day? I'm a light, I'm a beam in this darkness. It seems that real life is a nightmare. Cannot live my dreams on this earth. Since I was young, I realized I had a destiny bigger than the fiction that's disguised as what was best for me. Better than the hate and all the lies that be the death of me. As of late, since we've been hypnotized since elementary. Thought it was my skin, but studied something that was new to me. They hate me because of what my ancient ancestors used to be. Healers, teachers, deities, not all of them were kings and queens. Our nature was natural, not supernatural. Now they call it magic and voodoo, that shit ain't practical. All the roots connected, always wanna learn that you know. Don't let the shit go over your head. Same snakes up in the garden, but the skin just shed. They'll always try to convince you that it's all in your head. Just know you gotta do better before you hit your bed. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they don't wanna see us win. Trying to kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live, Lord? Tell me, can I live? I know the hate is deeper than the color of our skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? I know the hate is deeper than the color of our skin.
Yo.
Can I live?
They say my rhymes cause too much excitement. Ride incitement, shit, well there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded. So we beef with each other, all brothers, rather than fight them. Fuck all that silence, it's time to get shit ignited. I ain't my way, low nigga. I ain't taking shit from no tars. And ain't no motherfucking nation got freedom from marching, begging for portions. Niggas ain't signing no parchments, big payback. You crackers got red in your margins, why? They broke every treaty, slaughtered the buffalo, and then they set fire to teepees. They carved their face in mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country, they gave us syphilis and Tuskegee. We been getting robbed, yeah, we're the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't wanna give us no jobs. Wasn't supposed to make it, but we stayed defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? Yo, can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us swim. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
This is Cross the Line Radio.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hell of a show. The sister came on.
I appreciate you.
I listen, man. I appreciated that. Y'all never say we can't deal with anybody. I can't hear you. Sure the mics is on? Because I can't hear.
They on.
I can't hear nothing out
you
of my
can't hear
headphones.
nothing? Why not? Listen. How about now?
Yeah, there we go. I like to hear myself. I like to hear myself in 3D when I'm doing the show.
Oh, we know.
When we doing the show. Shut your ass up. I knew you.
Yo, but listen, I think I behaved myself tonight.
I think we both did. I think we showed great composure. There was a lot of countdowns in the chat. How soon before does I say something? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got my rib texting me like does I about to blow his lid. All that.
Listen, at the end of the day.
And for Kean Outlaw, he said she ain't say nothing to the Most High. He said this more so wasn't about whether she was telling the truth or not biblically. This is about a sister wrote something. I mean, that Terminator Matrix shit was the bomb, man. We got any calls on that?
Franchises.
That Terminator Matrix show was the bomb. Listen, the phone lines is wide open. We're gonna take some calls,
and it should not be stolen from that sister.
Right?
And she should get a right to tell her story.
Right. That was the point. Yeah. Like what y'all got to understand. This is what Cross the Line Radio is about. Cross the Line Radio is about opening this world of Israel to the world of Israel. And opening it to the world of Israel, we have to deal with a conversation like we had tonight. Before I came to class, I was sitting down with Chris Broussard from Fox 1 Sports. Used to be on ESPN. So I just sat with I actually had a cup of coffee with the brother. Had a good, decent conversation with Chris Broussard. He'll be on the show sometime in August. He'll be on the show. So we have to do these things to pull more people in. So I thought it was an excellent show, me, myself. And we just kept it a buck. Now, in keeping it a buck, in the spirit of keeping it a buck, there was a lot of people that was clowning me for bothering Little Ron Prospect. I'm hearing he don't know that Hebrew he claimed he know.
No.
That's what I heard.
They don't.
I heard that I heard he taking credit. Now, this could be false, but from what I hear, and not from a woman, but from brothers, from what I hear, he copies from.
You was almost right with she though.
When I call him a she,
he's still a bitch.
No, yeah, you crazy as hell. Listen, man, from what I hear, that Hebrew he's saying is Hebrew ain't Hebrew. And everybody got on me about getting on Little Prospect over Paul, because I had issues with Paul. Got on me with the red, black, and green. Had the issues with red, black, and green.
But didn't call in to defend.
But did not call. Listen, I personally messaged Prospect both times. When I talked about Paul, I messaged him before the show. He didn't call in. The red, black, and green. Listen, when I used to be in that group chat, everybody from the group chat damn near called except Prospect. Mikhail called.
That chat.
Mikhail called. The brother from Texas called. Everybody called in, except Prospect, the king of. Listen to see, I'm not on Facebook no more.
Yo, he's funny.
There go my damn cap.
No, because a minute ago he's like, y'all getting soft. So as soon as I call him a bitch, he's like, there go my cap.
Nah, man. Everybody got on me, man, when I was going at that cap, man. Let me tell you something. It's always about information, and the information always comes out. RBG is trash. That modern Hebrew is trash, man. And when I say trash, the symbols is not trash. Those symbols are legit. The reason why we call it the ancient Hebrew, for those that don't know, is because it was just the first. It was the first Hebrew. So it's the first. So when we speak or write, we're writing in that language. But as we went through different captivities, the reason why they call it Assyrian Hebrew is because we was in captivity under the Assyrians. That's all. Ain't that deep.
In Babylon.
Right. One more thing I want to put out there, I took great offense to, right? My man Sinetta, that's my man. I'm one of the ones that like Sinetta. But Sinetta, if you don't publicly apologize for saying you are the God of the Israelites, you will never see me on your platform again, ever in life. There are a few things. Listen, I talk a lot of trash. Everybody talks a lot of trash, but I take the Most High very seriously.
Right.
I take idol worship very seriously. If that brother don't publicly apologize for saying he's the God of Israel, you'll never see me on Black News 102, Sinetta Studios. You'll never see me on none of that.
That's a dub.
And I'm good. Straight like that. You can tell him Captain Tazaryak ranked 13,000. He said that.
13 bands.
All right. We got callers on the line?
10 bands. 20 bands.
10
Fuck
bands.
it, man.
Man.
864
man.
210. There you go. you
Calling you on the
Let's
line,
go.
man. 864 from why you do that?
What?
864 from Hania Path. Yeah, what's up, Bob?
What's happening? Oh, this is the brother that called in earlier.
Yeah. That's my mistake.
Is you prepped? You ready? You ready to go?
Yeah, what's happening
Yeah,
now? What's your name again, brother? Because I wasn't on the line that time. What's your name again, brother?
Lorenzo.
Okay. All right, Lorenzo, what's your question or comment?
Okay, I got a question about the book of Habakkuk.
Okay, what's your question
and
about?
who was talking about? Okay, who was talking about chapter 2, verse 18?
Oh, that's like a Muslim cut 101. Habakkuk 2 and 18. Very good scripture. You talk about when he talks about the dumb stone, right?
Right. The dumb idols or something like that, yeah.
Okay, so now you want to know who he was talking about?
Right, because I was hearing like it could be like 6 points.
Hold on 1 second.
I got it.
Wow.
All right.
All right, so now you said Habakkuk 2 and 18, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anytime when you see these graven images, and this time it's talking about the Chaldeans at this time specifically. You see how it says, what profited the graven image, the maker thereof, that graven it? Even if you go when we was under Nebuchadnezzar, right. What was one of the things that Daniel did? He destroyed that graven image that they created. Graven, if you go back as far as even when the Moabites, when we went to war and the Lord gave them, what did the Lord give the Moabites when they were shitting? What's that shit you get on your rectum area? No, it's hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids.
When he gave him hemorrhoids, what the Moabites did was created a graven image of hemorrhoids. So when he's asking that, when he's saying, when you're asking who he's talking about, you can say he's talking about the Chaldeans and their destruction, but that scripture applies to anybody making a graven image to be worshipped. That's why it says the maker thereof that graven it, the molten image, and the teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein. You can actually pair this with Wisdom of Solomon, I believe, the 14th chapter, when it also talks about graven images, etc., like that. You still there, brother?
Word. Right, yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, so did I answer your question?
Yeah,
now we use
that. Now
we use that. Question. Hold on, just if I could just add one more. We use that specifically for that rock in Mecca. We use that like when it says and the Christian cross. We use that for Islam and Christianity because it says, woe unto him. When you read verse 19, it says, woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, that's that cross, and to the dumb stone, arise and teach. So we use that specifically for them. Now, what's your next question?
Okay, is there a Hebrew version of the Apocrypha?
Now that I have not run across yet. Have you run across?
I
that?
have.
Oh, okay.
I have now. The thing is that those, okay, that particular translation, you understand, or as far as like, you know what I'm saying, the Apocrypha being in Hebrew, you're gonna have to get that from a synagogue. And what I've come to learn is that, like, for example, the brother who put me onto it, he went to order a copy of it. And he ordered 2 books. One book made it, but when he ordered the Apocrypha, the synagogue he was ordering it from, they turned around and they canceled the order and then sent him a questionnaire as far as
don't ever bow like that again, though.
They sent him a questionnaire, like, you know, who's your rabbi, what synagogue you go to, how long have you been a Jew, before they would release that information. So there's certain things that like that are out there, but they're not mass produced for the public. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're very hard to come by. I mean, you could try eBay.
All right.
Okay. Appreciate that, bro.
All right, no sweat, brother.
No sweat. Shalom.
Next caller.
609
609 from Trenton, New Jersey. You on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Jersey.
All right. Shalak, yeah, I don't want to diss me, man. I ain't here with you.
I don't know who me is.
Who's me?
Who is this?
Oh, for itself. This is John from New Jersey. So it's me online now.
Okay, no sweat. You got a question or comment?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, what's your question?
My question is, like, look, a lot of truth, but I don't know if it's a demon or is it me saying that I might not stay in the truth. Like, I want my whole family to be part of this thing, but I don't know how to
I'm gonna tell you
about getting into this thing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, number one, you can only seek your own salvation. You can't save your mother, your brother, your sister, your auntie. You can't save nobody but yourself. Can you show people the truth? Yeah, we do it every week. But you have to seek out your own salvation. That's first. Second,
what I'm talking about is like my children.
Yeah, your children too. You can't save them. You can show them. Like, you can show them the truth. Hear what I'm saying. You can show them the truth, but you can't save them. They have to do it their own. And when you read Philippians, the 2nd chapter, the 12th verse.
Hold on, let me write that down. I'm sorry, sir.
No sweat. Go ahead. Philippians, the 2nd chapter, and the 12th verse.
2 and 12.
Right. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but how much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Meaning, when you're around your kids, you can show them and you can teach them, but they also have to do it when you're not there, because they have to work out their own salvation with the same fear and trembling that you're supposed to have. Now, when you go to as far
be disrespectful, I'm not trying to cut you.
Well, you ain't saying nothing disrespectful though. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but you wasn't saying nothing disrespectful. You was fine. You wanted to say something else?
Yes, sir. Like I'm saying, like me personally, I don't even believe. Well, not believe, but I don't even think I deserve salvation for all of
you don't.
The things I
did. Let me certify that statement. You don't deserve it. And let me tell you something. Neither do I.
Right.
Neither does Katazai. Neither does Commander General Yohana. Neither does the new trooper that walked. None of us deserve this. This is, thank Abraham. If you want to know why we're able to get this, thank Abraham for being stronger than all of us.
Right.
To where the Most High made a promise. This is because of the promise that the Lord made with Abraham, that he even sent Yahushua, that he even gave us this second opportunity. If it was based on Israel, we'd be dying until we died. That we would be like Sodom and Gomorrah. When you go to Romans, the 9th chapter, it says, unless I had left ye as a seed, we would be as Sodom and Gomorrah. That's how destructive we are. So now we get this opportunity. Give me Hebrews 10 and 26 real fast. We get this opportunity.
I don't mean to make you keep going through these scriptures.
No, I'm sorry, brother. It sounds like you need these scriptures, and that's why I'm giving them to you. So now when you get Hebrews 10 and 26, let me know when you got that one.
Hebrews chapter 10. Verse 26. For if we sin willfully,
the verse before that, do I want the verse before that?
Verse 25, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
Now, as we see, now when you read the Hebrews, the 10th chapter, it's talking about how we have this opportunity of repentance, this opportunity for all the evil shit that you done did before you came into this truth. Now you have the opportunity to get a clean slate. We all did evil. And listen, I ain't got to hear what you did. I really don't. Because whatever it is that you did, I did worse. Or another brother did worse. All of us are pieces of shit out. Without Christ, without the Most High, all of us are pieces of shit. So now we get this opportunity. Here's what we do with this opportunity. Read 26.
For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
So now you done got this knowledge. You said you don't know if you worthy of being in the truth. Don't piss on Christ's grave.
So
say again.
I said that's real shit.
Don't let me finish though. Don't piss on Christ's grave. Don't be like a Christian, which is a hypocrite. Don't see this opportunity that we got, which is a gift from the Most High. When you go to 2 Peter 2 and 22, excuse me, 2 and 21. I'm sorry, 22. I'm sorry. Bear with me. 2 and 21. It says, for it had been better for them to not have known the way of righteousness. Don't piss away what you're learning. It says, for better for them to not have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. Or you can become the proverb. The 22nd verse says, but it has happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again. You don't want to be that brother. You want to be that brother as you deal with adversity. Give me Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter in the Apocrypha. Let me see if I can grab it. As you deal with adversity, you're going to have to prepare your soul for the same trouble to get rid of the trouble. Like I'm like whatever walk of life you was in, I'm pretty sure you went into whatever that was. I got it. If it was evil, you went into it. If it was smoking weed, you went into it. It was drug dealing, you went into it. Sleeping with whores, you went into it. Do the same with righteousness. You want to know why brothers coming to the UPK and they're overzealous? It's because the same zeal that they had when they was wicked is the same zeal they have when they righteous. So they can't hold back count out of one come. They can't hold back when they got to check somebody, when they got to go out on that street. You got to put that in you. So when you go to Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, it says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set your heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. You know what it means when it say make not haste in the time of trouble? Don't be a bitch. Excuse my language. Don't be soft. Don't be weak. The scriptures say iron sharpeneth iron, and a brother is born in adversity. You come in here and fight, because let me tell you something. If somebody punched you in the face, or if you was in a one second. No sweat. If somebody punched you in the face or robbed you or made you fall, you would do everything in your power not to just rise back up, but get vengeance. So now as you come into this truth and you got to clean yourself up, you should expect to fall. You should expect to go through obstacles. And just like you fought them on the left-hand side, fight them on the right-hand side. And the last scripture, Matthew, the 10th chapter, because you said your kids do not, let me tell you something. If my children, my wives, my mama, daddy, all of them can lead the truth, shalom is what I would say to them. I love my kids to death. If they don't keep this truth, they're not my kids. Period. If any woman that's connected to me say they don't want to be in this truth, can't rock with me no more, it's too hard. It's hard to be with me, Salakia. It's very hard to be with me. And if they don't want to, not that scripture, Matthew's the 10th chapter. Verse 36 says, a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Verse 37, he that loveth father, mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. He that taketh not his cross, meaning your burdens, and follow after me, is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. You thought you had a life until you came into the truth. When you came into the truth is when you had life. Shalom, you have some shabbat. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You got it.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is like, look, all that sound real good. I love my children to death. Now I know I'm supposed to love the Most High more, right? This is the battle that I'm going through because I know that the Most High we can use Job. When the Most High took everything from Job, but then received it back.
Right.
I don't want to lose everything.
But see, I'm gonna tell you something.
Teach and train
The only now
love the Most High.
I got you. So now the only way you're gonna keep it is if you are willing to lose it. You're gonna have to be willing to lose it to gain it. Otherwise, Satan will sift you like a sieve.
I'm saying that shit. Excuse my language.
Shit, I don't care about shit, but I do care. I do care about this conversation. I'm
sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
Sounds easy.
No, it don't. No, it don't. Brother, you are not the only one that has had this problem. I've had to give brothers, I've had to take some of the worst counsels I've ever had to take. What I mean by that is I've never disobeyed an order since I've been in the truth, whether I've liked it or not. And when I get that order, I follow it. And I've had to take some check-ins, or excuse me, I shouldn't say check-ins because I don't get checked too much. But I've had to take, let me finish. I've had to take orders that I did not like, but it saved my life. I've had to give orders that I give orders to brothers and they looking at me, brother right next to me. I've had to give brothers orders, and then not only do I have to give the order, I got to look at him in the face. I know how he's going to look at me when I give him the order.
I remember that one.
But I still got to give him that order. And these brothers have followed them orders. They've gained their families. They gained their wives. They gained their children. I got a brother just left Bataki Allah, if I could. That brother, I had to give that brother so many orders. But in him following them orders, not only did he get his son back, but let me tell you how strong we are in the UPK. He got his son back from a woman that did her best to keep him away from her son. And when he had the opportunity to put child support on her, if it was reversed, child support would be on Bataki Allah right now. You know what Bataki Allah said? He said, I'm not going to put her on child support. That's not how we get down. And he did not put that woman on child support. That's what we do here. And you're going to have to man up in this truth if you're going to stay in this truth. You understand? We got other callers?
Fine. What I'm about to say is like General behind me would have called me half a fag.
And what's wrong with that calling you have? Man the fuck up.
That's exactly what he would have said.
Okay, so what's the problem? I'm saying, listen, what General Muhammad says, I say.
Praise you, I understand. Salakia, Adawan.
No sweat.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm about to go to the next caller, brother. Now, what you can do from here is just call the brother in charge of your area and you can take further counsel offline.
I'm in New Jersey.
Okay, so you need the Jersey number. I
brother.
can give you. Listen, I can give you the Jersey number. You got a pen? You able to take this number down?
It's gonna take me a second. I don't.
Is that a cell phone? That 609 number. Is that a cell phone number?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna text you the number. Just don't hang up yet.
I'm sorry, man.
Listen, man. Don't ever be sorry for getting counsel before you left the truth. Be sorry if you ever left it without getting counsel.
Right.
You understand? Don't ever feel sorry. Because I'm not gonna, if you leave, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you. Salakia.
Lord be with you.
All I could do, 1 second, all I could do is care about the men that are here. I cannot lose my mind over brothers leaving. But for a brother to call and say, I'm struggling, I don't want to leave, but I'm struggling, I'll stay with him all day. So now, make sure you give that brother a call. I just sent you the number, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank
all right,
you.
no sweat. Shalom. You have some shabbat. You funny. Caller from the 267-272, Quakertown, PA. You on live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Dan from Philly.
Okay. What you say your name was again?
Dan from Philly.
Dan? Okay, Dan.
Dan, yeah.
Yeah, you got
Dan
a question
the man.
or comment? What's happening?
Yeah, I wanted to ask my brother Katazan, like, how he deals with these people not accepting, you know, Puerto Ricans, because I'm an Ephraimite myself. It's just like,
Viva La Raza.
I constantly hear these cats saying that, you know, like, Ephraimites is like Europeans, and like how he deals with this.
Okay, I'll tell you the first and foremost rule of how I deal with this. I don't give a fuck what anybody got to say, because okay, their disbelief does not make you understand the word of God of none effect.
You goddamn right, man.
Like it don't matter what they say. Like, listen, and here's the thing too. Like, okay, I'm gonna just break it down as simple as possible. All right, the same people who don't accept you want to accept Africans. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
like, and
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You starting to see a commonality in their doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. This is as old as the split of the kingdom.
Right.
This is as old as the whole mission of the Gentiles. You understand? Paul was trying to convince the brothers in Jerusalem that the Hispanic tribes or anybody of the 12 tribes that left, you understand, could come back. You understand? And these bastards just do not want to accept their brothers. You understand? That's all it comes down to. But let me tell you something. There's good news.
Right.
You understand? Captain Zaryak will accept you. Commander General Yohana will accept you. General Mahayman will accept you. I'll accept you. No matter what your complexion, no matter how tall you are, no matter how many bodies you got, no matter how much you robbed, no matter what you did in the past, you can become a new person now.
Right.
If you don't want that brotherhood, you understand? If you want to deal with Pan-Africanists and everybody else who hates everybody else in the world, then that's where you stay. Right. But if you want to truly get strong, and if you want to be in a place where you're going to not only learn the truth, but you're going to be around, I mean, the only place that brotherhood dwells on the planet,
right?
Then you got to get in class. Then you got to join your brothers. And then you too can say, fuck y'all.
You ain't gonna do it no other way, out. You ain't gonna do it no other way. Straight like that, out.
While I eat my tostones.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it no other way. Kadazai was born with this level of arrogance, so I can't even say that.
I blame my father.
But when he said to not care, like, you gotta lose that emotion. Like, let me tell you something. The breakdown, the 12 tribe breakdown in North Central South America is as correct as the Sabbath day is. Period.
You know, let me ask you something. Like, are you wrestling with thoughts that you don't know?
You sound like a counselor.
Yeah, I am a counselor.
Are you wrestling with thoughts?
But this is serious. This is serious. Like, are you wrestling with thoughts that you don't know if your lineage comes from Spain or the Tainos? Brother, you there? You there?
Did we lose him?
Did I lose you? I think I lost him. Wait, is this him? Is this Koi? I didn't mute him. I wasn't even on. Brother, you still there? Yeah, okay, I hear you now. Yeah, brother, are you wrestling with any thoughts that like you don't know if you come from Spain or if you're a Taino?
Nah, it's more or less like when I try to speak on like black issues, it's just like they seem like oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. But that's not the case. It's like our
Where
people
you from,
went through the same thing that these Judites went through, and it's
yeah.
and then
Well, are you from? Are you from Philly, bro?
Yeah.
Join your brothers and go to 41 Garrett Road. Join your brothers. You'll never have to worry about being looked at strange. The problem is you're not in 41 Garrett Road, Upper Darby, PA. Classes Monday through Friday, 7 p.m., 9 p.m. The reason why you're failing is because you're trying to fight a battle by yourself, and you wasn't ordained to do that.
And my slavery doesn't really allow me because I work.
Then what you could do? Here's what you could do. Then you work 7 days a week. 6 on a day that you off, or when you do get off, call the Philly school and they'll make exceptions. Listen, we've made tons. There was a brother, he's an officer in the school right now, Officer Lakwamai. That brother was in Hawaii. His time zone prevented him from making class. We created a class on Sundays where we would have a class every Sunday so that brother can learn. There ain't no excuse not to push this truth. Call a Philly number, tell them your scenario, they'll work it out with you out. You need the number? I
can get the number.
All right, no sweat. That's how you fix that problem. All right, out.
Hello?
Yeah, you hear us? You there?
Hello?
You there? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, that's like Cap said, that's how you fix it. You know what I'm saying? So get down with your brothers. Who gives a damn what anybody else talking about? All right, you black. I still nigga.
We all niggas, man. All right, no sweat. Peace out. We took his call already.
We just speak Spanish and swim good. We going to the right. We going to the right.
Give me Detroit.
8. Oh, you went?
No, we just took the Spartan.
No, we didn't talk to
you. Oh, okay. The dude from Spartan.
864-308. What's happening? You live?
I'm telling you, we just spoke to
we didn't talk to
Yo, what's up, brother?
Oh, okay.
I want to know, is there a New Testament in the Tanakh?
Yeah. Go to Jeremiah 31 and 31.
Okay.
You got your Bible in front of you?
No, not right now.
You should always, if you're gonna ask us a biblical question, you should have your sword in front of you. You got a smartphone?
Yes, sir.
You should have a Bible app.
Chips are so good.
You know what I mean? Now you want to find a New Testament. When you read Jeremiah 31 and 31, it says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand out of the land of Egypt, which would be the old covenant." You got the answer out?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So anybody saying that we have to follow the old covenant, you just take them to Jeremiah 31-32, where it says we broke it. Can't follow something that the Lord don't recognize. That's like idiotic right there. The Lord got something new. You still find that show you how rebellious we are. We so rebellious. In the Tanakh, it says we broke the old covenant. We trying to follow, the Lord give us a new covenant. We don't want to follow the new covenant. We want to follow the old. When we had the old, we wasn't even following that. Was that all you had out?
I got one more question.
Go ahead, brother.
Is the Tanakh written in the Lashawan Kodash?
No. The Tanakh of today, no. But if you was to find like ancient tablets, you would see it in the Lashawan Kodash. Like if you saw the lost lunar stone, when they found the 10 Commandments over here, that's written in the Lashawan Kodash.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just for the record, you know what I'm saying? Lashawan Kodash is a dialect. You get what I'm saying? Like it's the original ancient Hebrew dialect. That's all that it is. Like there's nothing wrong with the alphabets. You just put the pronunciation of the letters to the alphabet. You get what I'm saying? Like they would say Kwadosh. It's Kwadash. You get what I'm saying? Like the alphabet the alphabet is different from language. Language is what's spoken, the alphabet's what's written. All right.
So you saying if I learn the Lashawan Kodash, it help me read the Hebrew Bible?
Yes, and we teach it every Friday. So
Every
you should get in
Friday,
class.
7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We get down. I get down and dirty for the dough. I gotta love a big know it. He must have got the studio bug. All right, was that it?
What is last question?
Okay.
What's the name of the New Testament in Hebrew? Like, what's the Hebrew name of the?
Just find the word new and find the word testament. It's the same thing. I don't know off the top of my head. Just find up the word new in Hebrew and the word testament in Hebrew and put them together. I don't know off the top of my head. Salaki.
Appreciate it.
All right, no sweat. All right. Please.
Shalom.
All right, Detroit Zone 313-629. You on live? What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm Darren McQueen. I'm really Highland Park shit right in the middle of Detroit. So we claim Highland Park, not Detroit.
Oh, let me claim Highland Park.
Well, I rep Israel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I feel you. I rep that too.
Yeah,
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you.
Hey, but my question is, I understand why God compared himself to the lion, but why the eagle? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the eagle. I kind of understand the lion, but I don't understand the eagle. Could you explain both of those? Why he compared it?
Okay, brother. Do you have a specific question? Because it depends on the context. You get what I'm saying? Like, so do you have the specific references? So we'd be able to, you know what I'm saying, break it down for you properly.
I'm trying to see what's my reference, because my reference is it's like
y'all be coming unprepared, man. You know you got to y'all be coming with the questions,
right,
man. Y'all got to be prepared, man.
I know what you're saying, but it's just like, well, what he was saying, he compared himself to the lion than the eagle. But it just why persistently those two? You know what I'm saying? Why
the lion, okay, the lion for being the king of the jungle. The eagle, you have to show me what you're talking about, because most scriptures, when it refers to an eagle, is talking about the so-called white man. That's why, Kadazai asked you for the scripture. When you say, when you go to Obadiah, when you go to Deuteronomy 28 and between 48 and 50, when you see eagle, it's talking about the so-called white man. That's why we asked you for the scripture. The lion specifically belongs to Judah. We the lions. Not saying the other tribes can't be lions either. That's just an attribute applied to us. But that's what the lion is synonymous for, just being the king of the jungle and Maine, etc. like that. But you would have to show me the scripture for the eagle.
Oh, okay then. I thought I just thought the eagle was something that he just ruled the sky and stuff like that. That's why I just thought it was eagle. Okay, I got you now.
All right.
Okay, I got you. Thanks, brother.
Hey, no sweat. We'll be here every Thursday. You tune in. Tell your friends.
All right. Yep.
All right, shalom.
Yep.
Next caller, New York, in the house.
You want to unmute him?
Maybe. what's
so
happening?
What's happening out? Yeah, but some Shabbat. What's going on, my man?
What's going on, man? This is a powerful show, man.
Oh, shit. When Yahweh called, he about to drop
the Matrix.
I want to see what Yahweh got to say.
I've had artwork stolen from me, so I understand the frustration.
Right.
And I think everyone should understand that frustration, because our whole history has been stolen from us.
Damn right. You right about that shit, Yahweh.
So though that sister, she not in the truth, she definitely in the spirit.
Mm-hmm. She ain't benching 500 pounds, is she? Well, you're right. No, she definitely in spirit. And what you said was heavy about they stealing everything from us. Our only salvation is to turn to the Most High, to stop getting stolen. If you think about when we started turning to the Most High, that's why we start finding more records in history, understanding these scriptures to get our identity, which shows you that's our only saving grace. You know what I'm saying?
Count out of one kind. Me and Officer Rob was speaking on it, on how much they stole from us. You know, it's like people don't even understand. They stole the Pharisees' work too. They stole everything.
They stole our identity, our land, our record, Jesus. Like they took everything. There's nothing that they haven't taken.
Right.
Count out of one kind. I seen people in the chat trying to give the sister a hard time, I'm like, listen, have some compassion, man.
Right.
They stole stuff from you too. Have some compassion with the sister. You know, she's just frustrated.
And the only thing I'll say, if that sister wasn't aggressive like that, we probably wouldn't even know the story.
Kind out of one kind.
You know what I mean? So that's why you notice me and Kadazai, you know, let us speak, do a thing or whatever. The most important thing was just her bringing out that information. We was able to let her rock with it, and that was it.
Kind out of one kind, sir. I'm checking out. I just wanted to, you know, congratulate on the show. It's powerful. And just let everybody know, subscribe to this show, man. This
Damn right. Everybody need to be
Especially
subscribing, sharing, pushing,
liking.
I got a bunch of more guests coming. Chris Broussard. If I could, y'all know next week is the first Thursday of the month. We're gonna be dealing with child molestation victims. Anybody want to be on the show to tell their story, whether even if you was a predator that repented, you can come on this show. But the victims, of course, I want everybody. That show is gonna be totally dedicated to that. So please hit me up. I'm not on Facebook no more. That shit is dead for me. I have no interest in it. But anybody can call me. 862-224-9027 is my cell phone number. It's in the information box on the chat. You can call Kadazai. His number is in the chat as well. 646-221. That's fucked up. I know your number by heart.
1117.
No, I know it by heart. 646-22. I don't know. 646-221-1117 is Kadazai number, man. Y'all make sure y'all call us. Hit us up, man.
And moving forward, what we want to do is every single first Thursday of the month. You understand? Like this upcoming Thursday, next Thursday is going to be, you understand, centered around child molestation that Captain Tazayak is going to be spearheading. And it's not something that's going to die out. It's something that we're going to keep riding with. But for the future first Thursdays of the month, if you have any counseling issues, you understand that you want addressed, you understand, feel free to call in. And also, you could, let's say, you know what I'm saying? Now, I prefer y'all to call in, but we're also going to set up an email for anybody who wants to tell their story.
Right. And if you're not strong enough to tell your story, you can email it. We'll read your story. Here's what I do need. Those sisters that was in Demona, some of them I was communicating with through Facebook Messenger, but I'm not on. Like now, because you could delete the Facebook. Once you delete it now, you lose the Messenger app as well. So I don't even have my Messenger. So if someone could just let them know we're not stopping addressing the child molestation. We're going to keep it up. I'm going to put my email in the chat as well. For those that don't have my email is in the chat. Just please get in touch, because without y'all, we can't keep pushing. Like, we can keep talking about it, but it's better if we can have the victims. I'm going to do some history on the show, how to spot a predator. I'm going to try to go into that as well. But without y'all participation, we can't conquer this. All right. Give me the next call. All right, Yabashim Shabakata.
Shabakata.
Yabashim Shabakata.
Yeah, it'll never stop.
Caller from 415 California. You on live? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Cali.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
How you doing, brother? This is my first time calling in.
First time caller. Okay.
I'm on my slave job right now.
Okay.
I'm in Marin County, but I'm from Richmond, California.
Right.
So, I was just listening to the other brother calling in about trying to figure out if he was his forefathers was
Israelite,
Edomite, or
right.
Because
no, I don't think he was trying to. I don't think he was trying to figure that out. That's what Kadazai asked him. He just wanted to know, how do you handle being a Puerto Rican and being an Israelite?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first time I heard the truth, I mean, something just clicked, and it felt like, I feel like it was something, a part of me, and it, the spirit called me, and I felt like, I heard my great grandfather was Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
So my family,
on your mother's side or your daddy's side?
This is my daddy's side, but
okay.
All my life I've been knowing I'm African American. My daddy African American. My grandfather was light skinned, but I can't see my.
Let me ask you this: Did they tell you this information before you came into the truth, or after?
That's important.
They told me this a long time ago. In the back of my head, a long time ago, all I heard was, "Oh, your grandfather was half, white, what they'll call mulatto, maybe."
And I'm
But
assuming
I don't even know.
and
They
so
can't even tell me.
Okay, well, I would the scriptures say strive out after genealogies, endless genealogies. So if you can't know for sure, you would just go with what your spirit say, and don't worry. Enough of us talking about the white man, you'll get rid of it.
Yeah. So let me answer. Is the white man the devil, sis?
Yes, he is.
Okay, listen. Let me tell you something. If you can say that, and if you can get through a General Muhammad class where he has it like on a timer, like every 5 minutes, and you can sit through that and understand that they're going into slavery, going into destruction, so on and so forth. Let me tell you something. It wouldn't sit right with your spirit if you weren't. That's why with the scripture that the captain pulled, you understand where it says, not only does it say strive not after endless genealogy, but it says, you understand, but rather than what ministers questions instead of godly works. You get what I'm saying? So get in class, you understand, keep coming to class, keep doing what it do. And let me tell you something. If you're not supposed to be here, the Lord will weed you out. But if you is, you understand, don't let that's just Satan trying to mess with you. You get what I'm saying? Because really, you just said they don't really know. Your family don't really know. So now it's ministering questions instead of godly works. Just put the work in. Come through, change your life.
Is this the sister? Is this the sister that was in the chat?
My grandfather.
This the sister that was in the chat?
Yeah, I'm in the chat.
Yeah, sis, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about that shit, sis. Just come to class.
And also, I have another question.
Go. Excuse me.
Earlier, you guys. What was, I forget his name? What is the deal with them claiming Egyptian and all that? I mean, today, what would you guys say today? What is the color of Egyptian people? I mean,
I would say Egyptian people were brown skinned people.
Okay, so what are they still brown skinned people today? I mean,
well, it depends, because you got Arabs in that land. In the land of Egypt, now you have Arabs in that land. You got Edomites in that land. Like, for example, like Nefertiti. Which one is it? Cleopatra? Cleopatra is a white woman that people think are black because her daddy is Ptolemy. So, there's a lot of mixture going on, but you can't say that there's no Egyptians and that no Egyptians are brown. You can't say that.
Okay. Because is that something Sinetta, claims? I mean, or is that just
Sinetta and all of them are pieces of shit when it comes to Egypt? Like, don't ever think that Sinetta and all of them is teaching Egypt because they're trying to bring you into this great knowledge. They just trying to keep you from serving the Lord. That's all they're doing. So of course, they're gonna tell you Egypt, but when you start talking about Gad pointing that rod in his mouth, they're gonna say, "Oh, I don't know about that." When you talk about the homosexuality between Horus and Seth, then I don't know about that. They cannot even tell you that you're Kemet. They can't even tell you that you're Egyptian. What we do with that Bible is go directly into the Bible, go directly into them records, and show you exactly who you are. There's nothing that can trump that. Nothing. So as try as they might, no one will defeat the God of the Bible. Period.
Right. I hear you.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking my call.
Oh, no sweat, sis. You take it easy.
Stay on the line listening.
All right.
Lord be with you. Hey, new caller that just called in. You got to turn us down in the background.
Why you hang up on it? She said she was gonna stay on. Let them hang up.
Stay on the line listening.
All right.
856. You go. Nah, he got to call back in.
Why you can't just mute him?
All right. He got saved by Captain Young. 804-252.
Richmond, Virginia, man. What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
PA.
How you doing? I'm Khalid, man. Calling from Richmond. How's it going?
I'm going all right. You got a question or a comment?
Yeah, I just heard Katazad, I don't want to mess up his name. I believe I'm saying it right. He was saying how people wasn't letting him in the 12 tribes because however they was feeling. And I see you got the 12 tribes chart. However,
no, they let me in all right.
If you look at Isaiah 11 and 11,
right? Good scripture.
And could you read that for me? Can you get that for me real quick?
It talks about the envy of Ephraim and Judah, right?
No, he's
Isaiah
going to start
11 and
where
11.
it names
No,
the
that's
places that they're
the
scattered.
Lord coming back for a second time to get the people in Egypt and
Right.
the people in Assyria.
Okay, I'm with you. What about?
And you're,
Mhm.
yeah. So why is that not on your 12 tribes chart?
Why is what not on a 12 tribe chart?
The Lord coming back for people in
Oh, okay,
Egypt.
I got you.
So I feel because
I
sometimes
got
I
you.
said he was feeling when they didn't let him in. You feel me? He felt some type of way, but the Bible is clearly saying that Egypt,
Wait,
people
you
in Egypt,
love.
Assyria, and y'all not putting that on the chart though. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and explain that, sir.
May I appreciate you. First of all, you keep saying that they ain't let me in somewhere. You don't get more in the UPK than me. I don't know what the hell you talking about. They let me in, accepted me with open arms. So you know what I'm saying? So don't misquote me. Number one. Number two, okay. We don't say like this is what throws me off, right? Like Judah does not have a geographical location. You understand? Like it just says Judah is the so-called Negro. So a brother could be black in Spain, could be black in Russia, and he would still be a Judite.
Right.
You understand?
Okay, so
Hold on. I'm answering your question. You got to be quiet if you
okay.
want your answer.
I got you. I got you.
I only got so much patience in me. The water. So now, also, when we break down this chart, we're talking about the bulk of, if anybody has a geographical location, we're talking about the bulk of where these people went. We're not talking about, like, for example, like when you have the split in Israel, right? You have the northern kingdom that was in the land of Samaria. You have the southern kingdom that was in Judea. The northern kingdom was removed from the land. You understand? And then we left the Assyrian captivity and came into Arsareth or Ratazah, which is just another country, another land, which was the Americas. But when you read the New Testament and you read Luke, you find out that Anna, the prophetess, was from the tribe of Asher, and she was still in Jerusalem. It doesn't mean that every single member of the northern kingdom left. There was still remnants. So as far as what you're talking about, oh, why don't you mention this or mention that? Because the bulk of our captivity is in America. We are scattered everywhere. Kobe Bryant and his father was from Italy. What's his name? Dennis Rodman.
Vietnam.
They got in Vietnam. They got a damn Obama's Happy Rainbow Chicken Shop. You can look that shit up. So we are scattered everywhere. We're talking about the bulk of where our people are.
Okay. If you continue reading down, it says that Judah was scattered in the four corners, and I
don't think you get it.
You didn't listen to
Let me just add something that Kadazai said.
Hold on,
the 12 tribe chart specifically deals with North, Central, and South America. That's the point. We're not saying that there ain't no Israelites in Africa, Europe, Spain, Australia, Antarctica, Alaska, wherever else you want to name.
But when you on the streets, though, y'all don't be saying it.
No, when we on the streets, y'all just don't listen.
Like,
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, because you don't listen. Just like you ain't listening to what Kadazai said. Y'all don't listen, because everything what I just said just now is what we say on the streets. Y'all just don't listen because you're too much in Africa's ass. So you want to know why we ain't talking about Assyria and Egypt and Pathros and Cush and Elam and all that other old garbage, because you ain't listening.
Where did your 12 tribes chart come from? Where did it come from, Cesario?
It didn't come from you. It did not come from you. That's where it came. That's where it did not come from. It came from men in the Israelite. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth again. Stop. Relax. Shut your mouth again. It came from men that were able to understand the scriptures, understand history, and be smart. That's all. It ain't even take. Listen, it don't even kiss. It don't even take that much smarts to be able to give a 12 tribe breakdown. It really don't.
Don't tell me the 20th century, please.
No, stop.
20th century for what?
Let me ask you something.
That the 12 tribes chart was made. That your chart was made.
Okay. You're worried about dates. Let me ask you something. What's the date that you woke up that you being an Israelite? How long have you known you're an Israelite for?
I'm not an Israelite.
You're not an Israelite?
What are you?
What are you?
What are
That
you?
ain't the point right now. We ain't talking
No.
about
What are you? What are you calling us, asking us questions about Israel? You saying you not Israel? Why are you calling my show then? If you're not Israel,
you're out here.
What are you? What you said we don't say that out on the street. You said we don't say that on the street. You so concerned with Israel. So what are you?
That's not important right now.
It is important
about that. We're talking about 12.
Okay, listen, it's important right now. You're gone. All right, you listen. If y'all have to be honest with yourself. All right, 856-905. You on?
Haddonfield, New Jersey. You on live? What's your name? Where you calling from? Come on, man. We got 4 minutes. I think he must have called twice by mistake. You see his number in there twice. Hang him up.
Okay, try this one.
Yeah.
856-905.
Haddonfield, New Jersey. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Turn us down in the background.
You got turn us down in the background. What is this?
You're not on hold. 856-905.
What the birthday cake is going on?
All right, you gone. I ain't got time for y'all right now.
Yeah, last call.
702-417. You on the air? What's
Las Vegas, New Jersey.
You live.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello. What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Yeah, my name is Herman, and I'm calling from Las Vegas.
Okay, what's going on?
You got a question or comment?
I got a couple of questions. One question is, it was what you guys were talking about, that the Hispanics, are they Israelites or are they not?
They are Israelites.
I've been, looking at, I follow your show, and by the way, I really appreciate your show because I have learned a lot. But I've been confused because there are some videos on YouTube that they say that Hispanics are not of the 12 tribes of Israel.
No, the Hispanic tribes
in Africa, they are the
Hispanic tribes are the children of Israel.
Where are you from, brother?
I'm from South America.
What country in South America?
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Now, your father, right? Do you know if he's of Indian or Spanish descent?
He's mixed, but mostly he's Indian.
Mostly Indian. Okay, you be an Israelite. Spaniards are Edomites. If you are Indian or of Negro descent on your father's side, you are an Israelite. You understand? Now, if you want to learn the truth, this is the problem, man. You understand? Brothers have to come to class, and you have to sit down and put the time in to learn this information. It's not like, oh, what's this? What's that? Nah, it's not like a 1, 2, 3 thing. You got to do the due diligence. You got to study to show yourself approved. And just going on YouTube and watching random videos and of random nuts who, just because they have a modem and a YouTube account, they think that they're a goddamn teacher because they done watched us and said, oh, no, that can't be right. Or this, that, the third, because they out there got their mind. We've been doing this since 1969. Triumphalism since 1969. I'm not saying this for you. This is for every other nut that's out there. You understand? Like for anybody who got an issue. You understand? Triumphalism, meaning we have been undefeated because the Lord is with us. You understand? This is where the Most High rests. So if you really want to know, you got to get in class and you got to actually see all the information. It's not just going to come on a 5-minute phone call.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your time. Let me ask you, can you put down the link where I can, take the classes and
you want
everything?
Hey, is that a cell phone number that's on your phone? That's 702. That's a cell phone number?
Yes, that's my cell number.
I'm gonna text you the number, all right?
Okay.
I'm gonna text you I'm gonna send you a text to the number you're gonna call, and you call that number, they're gonna take care of you, all right?
I appreciate it. And thank you very much for the time that you put teaching the truth. And I really
appreciate
it.
I appreciate you too, brother. We're sending you the number right now. Don't take the call. We're done. 12.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
They hold them twice. Let's give them a shot. You mind? You want to do it? Yeah, nay. All right, most on Christ. 856-905. You're the last call of the evening. 856-905. I'm trying to give you another shot, man. Going once. 856. Going twice. 905. See you next week. All right. Big ups to the sister that called in, man. You understand? Sophia Stewart, you understand? The actual true creator of the Matrix. That damn, they steal everything from us. You understand? Straight up and down. If any of y'all have a problem with the 12 tribe chart, you can drop dead. And as for any other brother or sister that's out there, listen, they are not trained professionals. Most of these people found out they were Israelites this year. Now, to a brother or sister in the truth, there's nothing wrong with that. Anybody can change at any single time in life. Here's the issue. These are nuts who watch YouTube and think that they know something when you know nothing. You don't know anything. Not a goddamn thing. Neither can you prove it wrong. Y'all base shit off of complexion and feelings and emotion, and nobody got time for that.
905. That's what they do. They only do the first three.
Hey brother, what's your name? Where you calling from, brother? Now you didn't call. Yeah. What's your question, man?
My question is, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Stop yelling
brother.
at me.
Okay. My question is, when you and the other brothers and the captains, I respect all y'all brothers 100%.
Here comes the disrespect now.
But when you said, when y'all said that that God never walked the earth.
Oh God.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But who was that cat that walked with Moses and put him in the clefts of the rock? If you can read those scriptures or you know, just give me some insight on that type of information, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, okay.
Well, just show me where he walked the earth.
It said that Moses asked
Look,
God, let me see your
is your
face.
woman powering you back there? She giving you strength?
And then he said, let me see your face. And then God said, I
You can't show
my
you my face. I can show you my glory.
Right, so you might
showing Moses his glory is not him walking the earth.
Right.
The scriptures say the earth, the reason why you can't see the Lord's face is because he's too big for you to see him. The scriptures say the heavens is my throne, the earth is my footstool. The Most High has never physically been on this planet, ever. No.
Right, so this, I mean, I'm not debating you.
I know you're not debating me. I'm explaining. I know you're not debating me. I'm explaining it to you. Moses saw the Most High's glory. He did not see the Most High, is what I'm trying to explain to you. Remember your question. Your question was, we say God didn't walk the earth, but Moses did see his glory. To see the glory of the Most High is not the same as the Most High walking on the earth. For Bonil TV said, didn't he walk in the Garden of Eden? No, he did not. That's the scripture I actually thought you was going to ask. No, he did not walk in the Garden of Eden. The scriptures say Adam and Eve. The scriptures say Adam and Eve heard him as they were walking in the garden. When you read Genesis 3:8, it says, and they heard the voice of the Most High walking in the garden. They heard the voice of the Most High. The walking was being done by Adam and Eve, and that's when they hid themselves when they heard his voice. The Most High has never, if y'all understand anything about power, now when I'm saying y'all, I'm not talking to the brother and sister on the line. If y'all understand anything about power, a power gives orders and it gets done. He don't have to come to this plane because he has angels and messengers that come and do the work for him. So the Most High has never been on this planet at all.
Thank you.
No sweat, brother.
Very well.
Thank you, sir.
No sweat, brother. I appreciate you and your rib. You have a good evening.
I like his zeal.
You have to.
All right. With that, you want to bring on more?
Well, you want it? I wasn't. No, all right. Arizona
480. You're on live apparently. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Carl, man. I'm out here in Scottsdale, Arizona, originally from Michigan.
All right, no sweat. You got a question or a comment?
I got a comment, man, because I'm tired of these cats always talking about South Americans aren't Negroes. I used to play basketball for them, man. I spent almost 12 months in Bogota, Colombia. These dumbasses talking about that these aren't our people and shit. I witnessed it.
These is niggas.
Millions. So between Brazil, Colombia, and there's another one out there. There's 8 million nappy-headed niggas running around in that bitch. I saw it with my own eyes. So I just want to comment on that, man, and I appreciate all the work y'all doing, man.
Hey, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate, you know what I'm saying, all the brothers and sisters that be up with us late nights every Thursday. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. You right. And you right. That is our people, man. Anybody got a problem with it, they drop dead.
Between them countries. Just when I was flying around there playing ball, man. If they get out at a certain time in the whole street, it was two types of people there. You got light-skinned cats, and then you got a bunch of dark-skinned, woolly-haired niggas running around there, like by the million. So I lived it, I seen it, I witnessed it with my bare own eyes. I just want to comment on that shit, man.
Hey, man, most time, cuz we appreciate that, man.
All right, y'all stay up, man. Keep up the word of shalom.
Hey, shalom, my Lord be with you.
All right.
And with that,
wait, hold on before you go. But Neil said, I had one more. If a man was born 1,000 years before Adam and Eve, how did we all come from Adam and Eve? The only reason we all come from Adam and Eve is because Noah and his generation are the ones that survived the flood. And because Noah is a grandson of Adam and Eve, that's why it says we come from Adam and Eve. It's just because Noah is related to Adam and Eve when you trace it lineage-wise. If there was no flood, then there would be a whole bunch of people on the planet. With that, we got my drop.
oh, man.
Yeah, you supposed to have a drop, man.
You want a new one? Which one you want?
I don't give a fuck.
I'm going to just go random.
You have just been body bagged.
Oh, you want that one?
No, watch. I'm just amazed at what it's gonna play.
Oh, no, you can play this.
No,
oh, no, you don't want
we
that?
ain't body bag nobody.
We can play this one?
Cross the Line Radio.
That's it.
Man.
That was a good show, man.
Yeah, it was. Yes.